Hey everyone, I made it back to the cabin. It's Sunday and the snow is pretty much gone. It's about 3 degrees. I did have some big plans to fill up the woodshed, but the weather is on and off rain and I honestly don't feel like doing that today. So I figured it'd be a good video to do a tour of the cabin. So I guess before we get started on this tour, I do want to go down and check out the beaver dam. That's just a few hundred feet that way and just see how things are doing, because they have seemed to be cutting down a lot of trees and taking a lot of stuff away from the cabin. Every time I come for a walk over here, I find my stuff built into the dam. Last year was kayak paddles and the kids' hockey sticks and duck blinds, and just never ends with these things. So this beaver dam is about 200 feet from the cabin, which is right there. But they've made this about 12 inches higher than it should be, so the water is actually flowing over our trail on the way in. So the beavers have already built their lodges to this water height. So come springtime, we're gonna have to cut this down or put a pipe in or do something, because it's flooding over the trails and it's just making a big mess, even in the middle of the summertime. But we'll have to do that this spring and leave it for this winter. If this ever lets go, there's gonna be a problem downstream. So as you can see, we did dovetail corners on all 4 corners with 6x8 timber, so it's 6 inches deep, they're 8 inches high. We have some fairly decent sized windows. This one is 4 feet tall by 6 feet wide. And if you come to the front, we have an almost 6 foot tall window by 9 feet wide, which gives you a really good view. And I don't think it's anything to complain about. So on the front we have the 8-foot deck, which I might change out next year because it's not quite what I wanted, but it works. And the gable ends are just 8-inch lap siding. And coming along this side, you got your dovetail corners. And we actually used a jig that we made that just slipped over the ends of these, and we actually just cut these in the shop at home and brought them all out here. We have our chimney for the wood stove inside. We have a solar panel that does absolutely nothing. There's not much going on the back. We have our sideways window, which I mismeasured, so that's why it looks sideways. We're gonna clean up the glue and all that stuff from the existing top, and I think we're gonna run just some trim pieces in the middle on both sides just to make it look not sideways. So we have our window for our loft, opens both ways of the good view of the woodshed. Very empty woodshed. So if you're coming along where the woodshed is that we just built, again, you got your dovetail corners. We have a black steel roof. An almost trimmed out window. So I guess we'll take this inside.